Woo! Hey, boy. Hold
Hey, well, I'll be right back. I need some. Man, listen. When it rains, it pours. And sometimes when it pours, it thunderstorms. But today, Brian, Hurricane Katrina. Them boys, ooh, sold, bad. 18 turnovers. The Warriors had zero in the fourth. None. No turnovers. Tatum, not him. I held off on saying it for a long time, but Jason Tatum, not him. He's not him. Cause boy. Whew. Let's just get into the stats, man. Let's pull up this. Let's pull up this. I know it, but I know it. Hey, it's okay, bro. I'm finna. Now Taylor had 27 and 10, right? Sound good. Fit shot 50% from the field. Feel me? 5 for 9 from three. Sound like he had a great game, right?
Nope.
2 for 6 from the free throw line. Ain't make a free throw in the fourth quarter. 2 for 6. Marcus Smart gave you 20, 7 for 15, 3 for 6 from three. Sound like you had a great game, right?
Nope.
Al Horford, he gave you 9 and 9. A regular Al Horford game, 3 for 6. You know, made you 2 threes. Sound like you had a great game, right? Boy, Jaylen Brown gave you 18, 9 rebounds. But then when you look at it, all the boys I just gave you, turning that thing over. Turning it over. Tatum 4 turnovers. Brown 5 turnovers. Smart 4 turnovers. Al Horford 2 turnovers. It's just, boy, throwing it anywhere. That's 13 turnovers between your arguably your three best players, Tatum, Brown, and Smart. 13. That's more than the Warriors had the whole game. Boy, I tell you the truth, boy. Ooh, let me see if I can find the 4 quarter stats. Cause boy, bad. Oh my god. I
Man,
get.
the
Go ahead.
only two, well, only three things I kept thinking about was, of course, my biggest thing I was focused on this whole thing was turnovers. That was number one. And then part of me was just like they kept bringing it up too, like Mark and Jeff Cabrera, the Celtics turnovers, the Celtics turnovers. Man, shut up, bro. Like, dang, you ain't gotta remind me, bro. Like, just stop. Come on, bro. Like, yeah, stop it, bro. So you already know how I feel about that. If you don't know how I feel about that, go watch the Finals preview episode of the podcast, and you'll see how I feel about that. I think every live I probably turned over almost every live game. And then
Yeah.
number two, um, free throws. I'm glad you brought that up because we shot, oh, we was at 40 something percent at one point. We shot 68% on free throws compared to their, let me me see what they
Swiftwater
shot.
training, which started today, covers surface water,
They shot
flood, and
87%.
swiftwater rescue techniques.
That's just lovely.
The training goes on for the rest of June.
It's beautiful. That's a
Local
perfect way to beat the
police
Warriors.
inspired public providing community outpours of
So,
fun today, partnering
the
with
two
Sturgis and
biggest
Winter Park
mistakes to
Federal
always look
Parkway
at for
to
teams is
host
missed layups,
for a discounted
missed
rate
free
of
throws, and turnovers.
$7.99
I don't even want to look at the layups because that'll probably put me on another level. So, but like I said, the three biggest things I was looking at from this game is turnovers, and missed free throws. The third one is that finally Steph Curry starts to look human. The first game out of 5, he looks like an average basketball player. And now
Man,
everybody else want to get off. Like, what are we doing here, bro? Like, but I get why, because we changed our scheme up a little bit. We pressed up on the pick and rolls and stuff, which gave the roller more room to create and go with.
The Muskogee County School District hosted its first of 3 public hearings today to set the millage rate, which is what's used to compute chip property tax values, and the proceeds would go to the school system.
Try to mute your TV. Make sure we ain't too loud.
that's
Yeah. But yeah, Steph Curry finally looks human, man. Finally. But it's because when we pressed up on the screens, they were able to really get into their offense better, to where usually they press on the pick and roll, or blitz the pick and roll, hit the Draymond on the slip, and Draymond usually hits the big on the lob, Iguodala on the lob, or Peyton Jr. if he's back there. And that's the Warriors offense, to where you try to blitz Steph Curry as the ball handler. They hit it to the big that's slipping or rolling to the goal, and that creates the offense to where Steph Curry might not look Steph Curry-like, but now the Warriors offense is flowing. So that's just the issue that we ran into, where the Warriors kind of like the Warriors, but Steph Curry looked like an average player. So that was the biggest annoyance that I had as far as like our defense. Because at first we weren't playing bad at all. It was just they were just their offense, So
yeah.
of course they're gonna have going their runs. They had their runs and everything. It wasn't bad, but after a while, it just became too much. So.
Well, and my thing was, they turned the game around in the third quarter. Cause this game was so backwards. Like, so many things just went the opposite of how they normally would go. So the Warriors get off to a high start, out the gate. But, they settle down. They start playing basketball. They go into halftime up 12. And, the Warriors are third quarter team. They known for breaking loose in the third. So they go into the third up 12. Mm-hmm. Celtics come out the halftime like hot. I'm talking about like whole team made their first 8 threes, made 9 of their first and 10. Mm-hmm. And came all the way back, took the lead. So they had the big third quarter. But when at the end of the third going into the fourth, I think they was only up 2. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Because Poole hit that
oh boy.
bootleg 3 again.
Poole party. Poole, hey boy. Poole is quickly becoming one of the most entertaining basketball players in the league. Yeah. Like, when Buddy when he pulled it, not to get off my topic, when he pulled it, I said, bank, doom, I said, oh my God, Poole party, like, pulled, like, and this crazy ball, like, this far out of hand when the buzzer went off. I said, boy, when it rains, it pours.
After that, I was like,
man, that was big for their team. But y'all went into the fourth, up 2. So y'all had the big third quarter, came back.
Yep.
Get into the fourth quarter, it's going back and forth. Then we get down the stretch, and Jason Tatum is airballing. Like, several air balls. Like, I don't know how, but it looked bad. Can't lie to you. He spin move, turn around, fade, air ball. Pull up for threes, air ball. Mad short. He might have been a little tired because he ain't come out at all in the second half. But air ball looked bad, bro. Looked bad. So that might what free throws off. Had a terrible fourth quarter. It just looked bad, man. I don't know what got into him. Like, I ain't trying to make no excuses for him. I'm assuming he was tired. But boy.
Yeah, I don't care nothing about that, bro. Like,
No, I know you.
it's finals time, bro. I don't care nothing about no tired, nothing about no fatigue. And then personally for him too is the fact that this is the next step phase for him. We've been talking this year about, man, maybe it's that time just to Tatum takes that next step to where potential maybe superstar, one day he can, or at some point in the future. No, bro, this year can be your time.
It need to be.
And so Devin Booker kind of took that step where he was maybe to like a definite someday. He didn't fully cross over to being, superstar like we know, like the way Giannis kind of took that step to where he is like a maybe iffy someday to where, oh, now he is one of the ones. Booker took the step to where he's like level 1 possible superstar to like, okay, level 2. He just need like another year or two of grooming. Like his coming out party might be next year to where he's just like Devin Booker might be the best 2 guard in the league next year. Like that type of debate. Same thing for Tatum when we talk about him as being like, well, depending on position you want to call him, the best 2 or the best 3 in that conversation type of thing. But yeah, if you want to really take that next step in this year, you're gonna have to like lock down and give us 40 the next 2 games, because
I'm talking about big performances.
Yeah, because we ain't got time for all this. Which I get. I mean, I ain't trying to sit here and be one of them fans that are just critical, but like, man, you gotta be 2K numbers, bro. Like, no, bro. Like, I'm human. Like, I'm not an idiot. Like, I get it, bro. Like, you're tired, but that's not an excuse. Like, when you step on that floor, bro, it's go time. So
Let you get between them lines. No, nothing else matter, boy. You gotta lock in. You gotta perform.
And so with that, I gotta look at Jaylen Brown too. Like, where you at? Like,
turning that thing over.
You said Tatum had 27. Brown, you only had 18. 18, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 5 turnovers. You led a team with turnovers, bro. Like, what we doing here? At least ain't shoot bad from free throw line. 8 for 10. 0 from 5 for 3. 5 for 18 from field goals. Like, nah, man. They ain't getting it done. So I'm looking at both of them, really, because this is their kind of like that next step for them to where they can really be like the guys. You know what I mean? Take that, like I said, take that next step to where it's like, yeah, you in that group now. So, but yeah, we did look bad overall, but I'm really looking at y'all too, because at the end of the day, y'all the ones who can look at to be like in the next group of the young guys of y'all taking over the league. So yeah, that was just, I don't know. Terrible.
Warriors undefeated when Jordan Poole make a buzzer beat.
Man.
Throw the ball to Poole at the end of every quarter. Call timeout if you got to. Poole, get in there. We got the ball for the last shot. Boy. It just amazes me how bad they sold. Like, this is a game they sold. I cannot lie. When you play Stephen Curry and he does not make a 3, not exaggerate, did not make a 3.
Yeah, 0 for 9.
0 for. Like, at my old JUCO coach would say 0 for the day.
Yeah.
Like, don't matter how many shots, he 0 for the day. Ain't make none of them. He still, he gave him, 16? I want to say, yeah, 16 points. Shot 7 of 22 from the field. 0 for 9 from 3. You got to win. You got to win. You're playing the best shooter in the league. He's the best player in the series. and he had 16 points. You got to win. But they can't because they turning that thing over. And I don't know if the turnovers. Now, Golden State play great defense at times. They play great defense. I ain't trying to take nothing away from their defense. But a couple of them turnovers, bad IQ. Not playing on two, jumping the pass, ain't have any options. Looking for fouls. Oh, my God. Ime Udoka. When you get in that locker room, man, like, hey, tell them boys, stop looking at the referee. Like, if I had $1 for every time I saw Jason Tatum do this, like, bro, they're not giving it to you. You do that every other play. They're not giving it to you. Stop looking. Like, you driving looking for the foul, and that's your problem. Drive to score the ball. You want the foul so bad, like, bro, you got to just hoop, bro. Like, I feel like that's a hindrance. I feel like they not only did he just miss that shot and he was looking for a call, now I feel like that's in his head. Like, man, they ain't giving me nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
Smart flopping everywhere too. Like,
come on. Like, it's not going, bro. You already wasn't at home. I ain't trying to say that means something, but like, you're not at home. They got the momentum. And you looking for the foul. Like, it's just bad business, bro. You can't keep doing that. And I feel like part of that is him being young.
mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's like, bro, you got to hoop, bro. Like, you got to start looking for foul calls.
Yeah.
Because it's not going. And now you out here doing this every other play, and they running. They ain't looking at you. They ain't stunned what you talking about. And they running. So it's just one of them things, man. Like, he smoked a lot of layups and jump. Like, not that they wasn't contested, but layups that I feel like he should have made. And I feel like that's part of it because he like, and I think subconsciously like, man, they're not giving me no calls. Like, bro, they're not going to. They're not going to. It's not your game. So it's just bad. It's bad business, bro. I can't get with it.
And honestly, this is honestly, I mean, I was nervous going into game one just because it was the first game. You gotta like take what you can get in. This is honestly the first game to where I'm feeling concerned. And it's honestly just because, once again, Steph Curry did not even put up 20 points, and he had an offer. And the freaking Warriors woke up and looked like the Warriors. This is the first game the Warriors actually look like themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And so Steph Curry had, I don't necessarily say he had a bad game, but he didn't have, number-wise, he wasn't putting up what we used to him putting up. And so when he stepped down, everybody else stepped up. So now it's still Steph Curry up here, but now you have the teammates right behind him now. So now going to the last two games, they have the Warriors firing on all engines. Now it's like, oh, out of all times, y'all want to find to come in and play. So now I'm just like, all right, how are we going to respond going back home? Because we can't afford to sit here and have a repeat of the night. Like, my brother said in the comments, just like, we lucky that Steph was off. Because if it wasn't for him being off, it would have been a 40-point blowout. Because Steph looked like Steph, then, yeah, it's just, yeah.
You got to win that game. I'm looking in the comments now like, yeah, the Celtics did look flat. I think they came out with a lack of energy.
Yeah.
And then in the second half, they kind of picked it up. And I think that's bad for business also. Like, you can't come out flat, especially in these games. Important games, can't come out flat. Got to come in with some energy. I ain't say come in and like, I ain't saying they should have came in and jumped out to the 14-point lead or whatever, but you can't come in and just get hit in the mouth. That's bad. Teams too good to give a lead to. Like, one thing my coach taught me in my 2 years here so far at Columbus State that I had to realize. In important games, every possession matters. Every one of them. And you spotting teams' points, that's bad. If you spot on some points, they're not spotting you none. They're not just giving up points. Because you making mistakes. They not a good team. So they came out flat, got hit in the mouth early, kind of, put themselves behind the 8 ball. They came back, obviously, but it's a game of runs. You let them make the first one, and they made the last. So it's one of them things, man. You can't in these big games, the finals, especially Game 5. Like you got a chance to put yourself in control of the series, going home with an elimination game on the line. You know, like
Yeah.
you like Game 5, like stupid important because you talking about the difference between having a chance to win a championship on your home court and a chance of you having to win 2 games, including one on the road in Game 7. Big difference. Don't come out flat. Like, not tonight. Game 1, you come out flat, okay. Game 2, all right, you gotta bounce back. But 3, 4, 5, where it's the control of the series is in the making. You gotta get in there. You gotta get in there with some energy. Like Udoka, talk to your team, boy. If I'm him, I can't lie to you. If I'm him, I'm hot. I'm hot. Like I'm in the locker room yelling, cause no way we just did that. Like, oof, I can't lie to you, boy. I'm in there like, no way we out here coming out flat. Game 5, turning the ball over, airballing, shooting these bad shots. Like, no way we out here letting Gary Payton III and Andrew Wiggins beat us.
Yeah.
Like, Steph Curry got 16, didn't make a 3, and we lose the game. Like, whew, boy. Hey, you remember the story I said on the podcast that day? Right? The coach walk in the locker room, raise your hand if you had turnover here. There go your game. Put them in clothes. Let's go home. That's it, boy.
Yeah, and just looking at, I mean, part of me wasn't overly, even with the start, I wasn't overly just like down by it because we've had the situation before where we've had an ugly start, but we're a scrappy bunch, you feel me? Like we ain't just gonna come out, get punched in the mouth, and not respond. That's out of this whole playoff. I don't think that's ever happened. Where never mind the Heat series, which is all around. But besides the Heat series, that one don't count because that was just an anomaly. But
an anomaly.
We ain't never getting punched in the mouth and just be like, oh man, that was a good punch. Let me just sit here and ice it real quick and y'all have fun. No, we got punched in the mouth. We're gonna punch y'all right back. So that's where, even with this game and even with this whole series, I've never just been like panic mode or just like overly concerned. Like, now we're gonna sit down. Like, I trust Udoka. I trust that these boys can ball out and get a level headed to where at some point in this game we're gonna even back out and start playing basketball. And we did that for a stretch, but then freaking pool party want to go jump in the pool and the cannon bomb and start the whole wave. The wave of Warriors going off, man. So, but I don't know. It's just annoying to see this because, like, honestly, if you had to give an MVP this game, it's a mix between Wiggins as being number 1 for me, and I kind of want to say Draymond because he finally woke up a little bit, but he wasn't fully Draymond activated.
Oh, hey, meant to say that also. Draymond, my boy. Hey, hey, Draymond, you hooped today, and I got he ain't gonna never hear this, but I gotta throw that out there for my own sake, so I know. I gotta give you your credit. You hooped today, cause you had not been hooping, boy. I didn't get to watch the game until the second quarter because I had just finished the workout. So I came in the second quarter. But I saw on Twitter the dunk he had. And I saw the dunk. I said, hey, yo, they got to be winning. I said, they got to be winning. I opened up the stat. They up 14. I said, yeah, it must be all going good for them. If he just got a dunk in, I ain't seen this man dunk since the regular season. Because, man, he was struggling. But today, he hooped a little bit. He only had, I think he had 8 points. He had like 7 assists and 7 rebounds, some of that nature. Let me go make sure. He had a good stat line, like great stat line.
Yeah, 8 points.
8 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists.
Yeah.
8 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists.
Solid Draymond game for you.
Solid Draymond game. But that's all they need, though. 8 points, 8 rebounds. Hey, he had a 3 too. He had a 3 to end the first quarter, wide open in the corner.
That's when you know it's right, boy. When the Warriors
Boy, if he would have hit.
3.
No, it was going into halftime. He had a buzzer beater 3 wide open in the corner, and he just missed. If you'd have made that, boy, I would have sealed the game. I was like, yeah, they gonna win. It's all going right. Cause boy, he hooped though. So I just want to give him credit. Hey, you had a good game today, Draymond. You deserve to talk on the podcast tomorrow. Cause before I'm like, bro, stop talking. You keep on getting on this podcast, and every day you wake up and don't hoop. Like, every day you wake up and don't hoop, you get on the podcast, and next day still be talking. But oh man, hey, he did it today. So he was a big help to his team. I feel like he kept him afloat for a little while, honestly. Him and Wig, and then Wiggins carried him over the top. Wiggins even punctuated the dunk at the end. I was like, okay, Wig. Okay, Wig. Hey, look good, bro. And then Clay kind of looked like himself today, too.
Yeah, he's slowly starting to wake up.
Slowly, game 5. Hey, no game 6 Clay coming up. Never know when we might see them on Thursday. And game 6 Clay.
I'm finna see game 6 Jaylen Brown or game 6 Tatum. He take over and take us to my Celtics in 6 blown, so Celtics in 7. So that's what I'm.
But that's what I said originally. Hey, my prediction's still alive. Now I don't know though. I feel like they can win game 6. Definitely can win game 6.
I feel like we gonna win. Like, I feel pretty.
Yeah, at home, I think they're gonna play pretty well at home. But that game 7, game 7 anybody can win. Yeah. Like anybody can win that game 7. It's gonna be at Oracle, not Oracle no more. I'm sorry, but in the Chase Center. Mm-hmm. And I just they've been playing well at home, man. So they stole game 1 at home, but they just lost. Today was the first time the Celtics have lost 2 consecutive playoff games, all playoffs.
I think that stuff's kind of overrated, honestly. Like,
I mean, not exactly. When you talking about 2 games in a row, they haven't done that all year. That means they've been bouncing back. Even when they lose, they bounce back.
I mean, I get that, which is very respectable, but at the same time, it's like you can't compare series to series. You feel me? So on one hand, I get it. It's respectable to not take 2 L's back to back during the whole playoffs run. That's a whole nother level of mental game that you have to have. But then at the same time, you can't even compare series to series because if we swept the Nets, all right, cool, whatever. Who we had second round? We had y'all the second round. Respectable. Right? We did the thing against y'all. We had the Heat. Terrible series until like game 5 or 6. So that back-to-back thing was, weird. Now we're playing the Warriors. So if we played the Warriors all, what was that? 7 is 14, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. All 23 games, and we didn't lose back-to-back of that, then I would have been like, okay, this is the first back-to-back loss we had. But it's kind of overrated to be like we haven't lost back-to-back the whole series. Like, it's different teams, man. So I get on one hand where that's impressive, but you can't like keep taking that over to the next one. Like, oh, they haven't lost back-to-back games the whole playoff, so they're gonna win. Like, no, bro, it's a whole different series. Like, it's just different. I don't know. I'm not explaining it well because I was thinking about it earlier today, but to me, it's kind of like, okay, whatever. I'm worried about winning this next game. I don't care about the fact that we haven't lost back-to-back. That's irrelevant. Let's win today. I don't care. Like, I want to win. Yeah. I don't care if it's back-to-back or the first one. Just win. Like, I want if I was a coach, I wouldn't even bring that. I wouldn't care nothing about that. Like, let's go win. I don't care if it's back-to-back. Just win.
I mean, they ain't got no choice now. Back against the wall. They gotta win.
We gotta win 2 in a row. So
literally gotta win 2 in a row now. You lose another one, it's over with. So I hope y'all win game 6 just because I want to see game 7. And also that keeps my prediction alive. So we'll see. But game 6 will be Thursday. So y'all, hopefully we see y'all back in here again for another live. By the way, the live is sponsored by the B-Ball Jones podcast. There you go. By the B-Ball Jones podcast. y'all make sure y'all go check that out for our guys over there, man. You know, good guys over there making great content. So y'all make sure to go check that out. Like a couple of those things they got over there. Podcast on all platforms, wherever you get your podcast at. But is there anything else you wanted to get out there before we get out of here, man?
I kind of did, but that'll be a whole another like hour-long discussion. But we might say that for the podcast. Or I might tell the guys at the podcast to go.
Yeah. I'm sure they wouldn't mind going over there for you.
Yeah, so I don't know. I might just we are 30 minutes in now. I'm trying to go to bed since the freaking Warriors and Celtics finals want to start at 8:00 all the time, man.
No, yeah, they don't. I'm sick of it. It's 9 over here. I think I feel when the game started 9. I mean, so it's midnight now. So
that's the TNT doubleheader time, bro.
No, for real, like, bro, I got other things to do besides watch this game.
Who you telling? So, but no, I ain't got nothing else to say, man. Just shout out to the podcast for sponsoring us, man.
For sure, man. Good guys over there, great guys. But yeah, man, that does it for us, bro. So be sure to check us out again for another live after Game 6. Hopefully, it won't be the last one. So, but you know, we'll see, man. Hey, we might be coming on here talking about Steph and the Warriors pulling off their 4th in 6 years. I want to say that's how it is. Yeah, 4 championships in the last 6 years. So, and Steph 4th championship period. You know, might be getting on here talking about that, trying to see what that means for those guys. So, or we might be coming on here talking about who's gonna win Game 7. So you never know. But y'all be sure to come check us out again, man. We appreciate y'all for being with us on this one, enjoying the game with us. But we'll see y'all next time, man. We out.